Subscribe to my channel.
Okay guys, welcome to lesson 21. Now in lesson 21 our tutorial for CSS is getting interesting. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please guys subscribe, please subscribe. By you subscribing to the channel, you are helping us to grow, please. Now we have realized that from our channel analysis that most of the people that visit the channel, they just visit the channel, learn, and then you people leave the channel while subscribing. Please guys subscribe. Okay, today we will be playing around with CSS form. All right, we'll be playing around with CSS form. Before we go into that, quickly I'm just going to make a h1 component here and say using CSS in form. All right, we'll save this quickly. When I come down here, the first thing I'm going to do here for this work, I'm not going to include any external style sheet. We'll do our styling right here. Right now we'll do our styling right here. Okay, we'll do our styling right here. So we can give a background color quickly. We'll give a background quickly. We'll say body. We'll say body. We'll say background. We say background should be green. All right, we'll save this with green. Okay, we just want to check if it is working for us. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do here for this, I'm going to say I'm going to create a container, and in this container I'm going to create our form in the container. All right, so we work in lesson 20 on drop down. So in this lesson we'll also include a drop down on it and see. So for creating form, we need a label for every form, and we need the entry field for the form. All right, so we'll have label here. We'll say for. Okay, now whenever we are using label and then you see that we are putting or for in it, I want you to get this, that we are not just putting for in it for other purpose. All right, rather we are putting for in it to show the ID. All right, to show which entry field the identical label is attached to. Okay, to show which entry field the label is attached to. So we'll say for first name f name. Okay, and then after using this, we'll come in the label here and say first name. Good. We come down here, we put now the input field. Right now for type we'll put text here. For name we'll put f name and then an ID. Okay, for the ID we'll put the same thing we put in the for. All right, in the label we'll put f name. Good, we save this. Now before I can go further, I just want to include something up here called form. All right, and in the form here I'm going to create a action here, and this action will just give a backslash and say we'll give a backslash to it. Okay, let's just keep this with a backslash and pound. All right, let's keep it like this. And the form here, I want to close the form at the bottom of our div. Good. Now okay, sorry, that was a oversight. So the next thing we want to create here is I want to create another label here, and in the label I want to say for, and in the for we want to say last name, L name. Good, and we'll come in here, we say last name. Good, we'll come down here, we'll put the input field for this. We say the type will be text. Good. For name we're going to put L dash and a name, and then we can put our ID and put L name as well. We save it. Now the next place we want to rush over to is we want to select something like country. All right, we want to use a drop down or program in this. We want to use a drop down system in this entire thing. So for here we are going to create another label, okay, and for this label here we will say country, okay, and here will also be country. All right, now we want this label to be somewhere that someone can be able to at least select their country, all right, the country the person is from. Okay, so for here we'll check select. After bringing out select, in select we'll give it the ID, we'll give our ID of our country. Oh, I put county here, sorry. Good, so here should be country. So we save this. Now after showing this entire selection menu here, okay, now every selection tag they have something that we call options. All right, they have options. So for here name, we're just going to put our name to COUNTRY country as well. In this, now in the selection tab, now we're going to start to work with option. All right, now when we start to work with option, we'll be giving every option of value. We'll be giving every option of value. Okay, whenever we call the word option, now we'll give it a value, and the value that we'll give it, we want that value to be showing as well. So for the first area here, I'm going to say okay, I'm going to say United States, and in here I'm going to say United States as well. Now the next thing I want to do, I want to create another option. Okay, we want to have few country here. Value here will be Liberia, and here we want to have Liberia here, and here option here value going to be India. Okay, India is also here. All right, now we want to have another country. Okay, I want to have another option again. Option, the value should be Canada. All right, and here we have Canada. All right, good. So let me just make this to upper cases. Good. All right, now the next country we want to work with, we can take another option. All right, this will be our last option, right? Okay, for value, we say Nigeria, right? And then after taking Nigeria, good. So we are coding this straightly so that if any mistake, any error, we can be able to check it ourselves. All right, so now the next thing we want to do, we want to create a submit button. So we'll come outside the selection tab here and create our input tag here saying PUT input tag here. The type should be submit. All right, we save this. Now they want to give it a value saying submit as well. Good. After doing this, we can head over to our browser and open this into the browser. Now if I open it into the browser, this is what we have. All right, now if you see it into the browser, it looks just in a horizontal format. All right, it's in a horizontal format. So the next thing we want to do here is we want to push over to see how best we can put this and start it using our CSS. Okay, so I will push it on the side, and then for here open this, and then we go into our style sheet. Now into our style sheet, for here I'm going to remove the background. All right, because I need a very clear background, okay, to do this work. Now the next thing I'm going to start working with here, instead I'm going to say import. I'm going to say import, and then I put this break here and say The type of input that I want to work with should be text. The type of input that I want to work with is text. All right, now this is the type of input that I want to work with. So the next thing I want to do here is that I use this combinator here and ask it now to select. All right, now the select element, I have called it already to this, and the next thing I want to start is that to start adding some property and value after I have defined my selector. All right, the next thing, adding property and value. So I say the width. For width, I want 100%. Good. Get outside of this, and we say padding. For padding, we need 12 pixel, and that is 16 pixel. Good. We get out of it, we say for margin we need 8 pixel and 0. Okay, after that we want to display. For display we'll use just inline block. All right, come right here, we have inline block is here. Good. The next thing we want to do here, we say border. For border we want a single pixel and want it to be solid. And then for our color should just be 1 2 3. Good. Triple C. Now we have border radius as well. For border radius we want it to be something like 4 pixel. No problem. We get out of this, and the next thing we want to use the box. Okay, border box. We can use box sizing also. Box sizing will be preferable. I go box sizing. We'll go box sizing. So we say border box. Good. We save this because we are doing internal styling. All right. Now the next area we want to push out to the import type submit. Okay. So we say import. The type should be submit. We get out of it, and then we can open this now and start to style. For the width, we want our width to be 100% again. Okay, out of this we want our background color. Our background color should be pound full C A. We'll have let's try something like this. Okay, background color should be full CAF0. Okay, full, we'll put pound first, full CAF5 and 0. Good. We get out of this. The next we want to use our color. Our color should be pound triple F, and the next area we want to have a padding. Our padding should be 8 again, 8 pixel and 0, the same thing with what we have up there. The next thing we want our border, right? Border should be none. After border we want to have our cursor should be pointer. Okay, after cursor pointer we want to have border radius. Our border radius should be the same 4 pixel. Good. We save this. Now we can push up. All right, now we are doing internal styling. The next thing we want to work on our hover effect on the input on the submit button. All right, we want to work on it. So what we say input, and in here we say type equal submit. Now after using type equal submit, we get outside this entire bracket here, and then here we say the pseudo element hover, and then we come here, we say background color. For the background color we want it to just be F2 F2 F2. Good. We can get out of this now. We push up a bit. We want to do the last thing. All right, we want to work with the entire div. All right, we want to work with the entire div. We want to work with the entire div. We want to work with the entire div. Want to work with the entire div. Now let me get rid of this body from up here because I'm not using it quickly. before it cause confusion in our code. All right, good. So to work with the entire div now, we're going to come here, we say div, and then which is our entire container. Right, in the div now we want to make border radius should be something like border radius should be let's use 8 pixel. Yes, let's use 8 pixel, and background color should be, we'll use the same F2 or okay, F2. Good. Now we want to have that kind of a light or very light gray, almost like white. Okay, now we want to have our padding in the work. All right, our padding should be something like 20 pixel all over. 20 pixel all over will be okay. We'll use 20 pixel all over. Good. So the next thing, we want to find out our magic into the browser. All right, so we're just going to push this on the side. When I refresh this, boom, the magic happened. All right, now when I open it, you see what happened here. All right, now we have place here where we can enter our name. We have a place here we can enter our name, which is John Doe. Okay, come here. Oh my god, sorry. For first name I'll just say John, and last name I will say Doe. Good. And then we'll come here, we can choose the country from in the drop down place here. We can choose the country. Okay, we say John Doe live in India. Okay, live in India. So now this is our submit button. If you find out something here, the submit button is green, but when we hover over it, we realize that the submit text cannot be seen properly. Okay, so we want to straighten this out. So we'll head over to our code and go right under where we have this hover effect, and then we say color. For color, we want it to be green. Okay, green. Good. And then we'll push this on the side, refresh it. When I hover over this, now you see it have changed. All right, but we can change this color, the entire submit color, to something like black or so, just to have something more relevant. And then for here, we want to change this to white. Good. Save this. When I refresh this, good. And we'll come here, you see what happened now. Good. Now, so guys, this is just a very short tutorial on how you can start your work. Okay, how you can start your work. When you are doing this, trust me, you are doing it pretty faster. Right, just by using this or concatenation of selector. Right, just by using the type, the way. All right, now we have the importer, and then we have the type. Now if you look in our HTML down here, all of our import type here, they have a type. All right, we have in type text. Okay, so when we say type text, that means we're working with this and this. All right, now for the label that we see up here, all right, the label is what that we see at the top here, saying first name, saying last name, and saying country. All right, so guys, thank you very much for sticking around on lesson 21. Okay, I see you guys in lesson 22. Now we are taking this up on a very serious level, so please subscribe. Please guys, subscribe. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys in lesson 22.
Subscribe to my channel.